しくなってる魂を隠して忘れて眠りたい紡ぎかけの物語流星のように進んでゆく今感じてる触れる歌声明けむつすらも超えて理想の世界求めて絶対的な願いで感じてる触れる音符に終わらないこの子の花火君の言葉だから私も見つけても取らない
I can tell you're acting your heart out. She's addicted, obsessed, like I know I can fix it. She's got hearts in her eyes, and she draws me kissing other guys. Her love, the type where she don't know where to draw the line. Cheerleader, thought she needed me, but I need her.
Hello! We are live. Oh shoot, hold on, we're muted. Hold on.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. Here we go.
try that again. Okay.
Start the
Take
intro
two.
over. Start
Take
over.
two.
Take two.
¿Qué es la que
Yo,
vale?
viva Puerto Rico. We're live Puerto Rico right now.
Desde Puerto Rico, viva Colombia, viva Perú, viva Chile, todos los latinoamericanos, pongan las banderas, representen y espero que disfruten este pack que todas estas personas hicieron. It's good. This is good.
Vamos.
This is
Vamos.
amazing.
Vamos.
Alright,
What's
here
up?
we
Hey,
go.
USG, I'm not gonna lie, like leading up to this, I wasn't sure where the hype was gonna be, but after we like started posting these announcements, I feel like this is like definitely way more anticipation for ITL than we saw last year.
We're
So,
already at
yeah,
400 viewers.
Like, 4 viewers. We peaked at 380 last year, so
Yeah, the stream is just starting too.
yeah, no more max 300. We're max 400 now. Oh. Yeah, let's get it. We got a lot of stuff to go through, and gotta
You
get
know
it
you
done
wanna
in,
play.
like we gotta get it done in like 30-40 minutes, so we'll get
Yeah.
into it. I'm on a little bit of a Twitch delay, so it'll be a bit to see like the slides change, but
Yeah. Alright, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, let me modify the view part a little bit. Okay, alright, we should be good.
Yep. Yep, cool. So if you guys have been here before, you guys know what this is, but if you're new to this, this is ITL Online 2025. This is like the one time of the year, the season runs for 3 months where we kind of pick 400 charts for singles, 75 charts for doubles, and it gives the whole community a chance to play the same content, bring the community together. And it ranges as low as 7s all the way up to, I think the base pack has up to like 15s. Upper bound, question mark. Who
Question
knows?
mark.
Question mark. But yeah, like whether you're an expert player or just getting into it, this is probably like if you're new to this is actually like the best time to get into it. On Twitter and Blue Sky, you can follow the hashtag ITLOnline2025 for new updates. Or if you're posting scores, you can post scores in there and also find kind of people in your skill level to kind of connect with the community a little bit. So
What, you guys don't like 15s?
cool. As far as getting started, there's an update to ITG Mania and Simply Love. If you have both of those things, you're actually already almost good to go. You need to have a Groove Stats account, log into the ITL website. Once it's not possible to log in right now, it'll go live after the stream is over. The pack now, there's no longer a downloads page if you're familiar with this from last year. It's actually just going to be directly on the rules page. Just download it. Make sure you're logged into Groove Stats on Simply Love, and then all of your scores will auto submit. This is the officially supported engine theme, so I think Zmod is getting fixed up pretty soon. But if you have troubleshooting issues, we're probably going to tell you to try ITG Mania and Simply Love first before, calling any issues. So QR code is actually a huge change as well, especially for people who play in like public arcades. So I know at some point we host a lot of people, and my DMs on Discord are just like full of API keys, and that's not going to be the case anymore. So you don't have to open the local profiles, and then it's like, oh man, which number is Will? And like, yeah, none of that. So QR code login straight from the game works really well. Chrono tried it earlier. Yeah, it's super clean.
Also, you do not need to sit there refreshing and F5ing the page over and over again. We will tell you when registration is open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please stop spamming our API. I don't have rate limiting.
We don't have a load balancer. Alright. I'm gonna go over some of the ITG Mania Simply Love updates. There's a lot of stuff under the hood, but the stuff that's relevant to ITG Mania, as Vincent went over, was there's a QR code login, which is really, really good for public cabs. In theory, you should never really need to interact with the file system if you're just playing on a machine now. You just log in, you're good. We introduced a thing called pack.ini, which is probably not generally relevant, but like ITL Online 2025 will have it supported, which is good. But if you are if you're on an older version of ITG Mania and Simply Love, you actually might still be okay because the score submit flow is still the same. So your scores will still get to ITL 2025. You just won't get a bunch of the ITL specific features, which includes like the overlay where it tells you your progression in the event, and also things like your score in the song wheel and all of that. The release came out like a couple days ago. A couple of bugs have already been kind of found out, and I think some of it's big enough that I feel like I'm gonna have a bug fix release. I'm gonna try to get it in by this weekend, but giving myself until next week just in case.
Suji, there's reports that your microphone volume is low.
Low? Ah, I made it lower.
Yes.
Okay. Is it better now? Or I can make it louder?
You can't do one of these streams without a mic issue.
I know. Okay.
Getting
Let me.
Maybe just a little. Oh, it's
Okay,
good.
everyone says good.
For money.
Is it a bit better or is it better? Okay, people say it's perfect.
Everyone says better, better, better.
Okay, it's fine. Anyways, yeah. So there's gonna be a bug fix release. I'm gonna try to get in this weekend. At worst, it'll probably be next weekend, but we'll see. The main things that need to be addressed is the machine sync bias default doesn't quite work as intended. It should actually be totally fine for ITL because it has the pack.ini, but other songs on your machine might be a little bit weird. Another issue that people uncovered was like on Windows that it crashes on really, really long songs. That is mostly fixed already. There's the QR code login for the most part works. I think there was an issue where like some phones, like I actually think it's actually a pixel camera bug and not the QR code login issue, but I think there's a way to make that part a little bit easier. There's a couple other things as well that I'll get into. I'll have some patch notes, whatever, but just know that like if you want, you can download 1.0 and it will work fine, assuming it works for you. But there is going to be another release afterwards that will address a couple more things.
Sorry to interrupt. You can turn it down slightly.
I can turn it down
Slightly.
Or maybe move the microphone slightly farther away from your mouth.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
We'll get it.
All right.
We'll fix it in post.
It's like literally between like 1 and 2 decibels, like of a change. But okay. All right. Next up, you can go over the interview, Vincent, if you want. Over you.
Yep. Yep. As per usual, from the launch date, we run for 3 months, and we end at midnight on Sunday. For most people in the U.S., it's going to be June 14th. But we end at midnight in Hawaii. Respect for DDR Neil. I don't know why we still do this because I don't even know like DDR Neil played on the final day of ITL on any previous ITLs. But I need an arbitrary time to like cut it off, and that's the one. Chris, however, did play like to the last hour, I think, last year. So that's the thing. And actually, a lot of the stuff is unchanged. We're still playing on 15 millisecond FA plus. Decent wins and way-offs are required. If for some reason you're not on the new ITG Mania with the rescores, you should do it now. It will probably be required anyways, but it's also just making it harder on yourself if you're using the old decent and way-offs. And then, yeah, only 1.x rate. Anything that modifies like step counts and scoring is not allowed, but like turn mods and visual mods are okay. Scores must be from during the event when you submit it. And then also we are okay with like if you're playing an unlock that you don't have it yet with a friend, you can take a picture of it. Once you unlock it, you can submit that score. So that's also unchanged from last year.
Yep, nothing new here.
All right. Now I'll go over the event. And like some of the mechanics. Basically, EX points, EX pyramids is coming back. You can tell that there's another slot for a 15, and so basically we've added 5 more slots starting from 11s all the way through 15. So yeah, there's a couple people who maxed out the EX pyramid this year. We'll see if it can happen
Not
again
this
this year. Try your best. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's still unchanged for doubles. There's not that many charts in doubles, so the experiment for doubles is still to 20, but for singles it's now 25.
Y'all, I want a 15 quint this year. Bring it home.
On chance, where are you at?
I think there's only like a couple feasible options. It's not that many.
The 15s are hard.
15s are pretty hard. All right.
15s are hard.
Next up are the song points. The song points have changed around a little bit this year. Your ranking points are still kind of determined based off of your top 75, and again 50 for doubles. That is unchanged. There's a little bit of a difference in terms of some mechanics. We introduced the thing where there's a passing and scoring separation now, where some charts might be like biased towards passing, some charts might be biased towards scoring, and that kind of changes how the curve changes. There's a next slide that shows this more in detail, but in general, for the large majority of charts, this is largely unchanged. You can kind of see it with the graph here. The blue line is what was last year, and the red line is what it is this year, and you can tell that for the most part aligns pretty well. There's a little bit of a gap. It's a couple, maybe 50, hundreds of points, but for the most part, large majority, it doesn't impact most charts. And again, not all games are created equal, as you can tell by the curve. As you get closer and closer to 100, it gets a little bit more steeper, which means you get more points based on the closer you are to 100%. And then
It just makes it more worth it to like grind out those songs.
Yeah.
And get those marginal improvements, because it's not like your EX score is marginal, but your point gain is not marginal.
Exactly. Yeah. The curve is slightly steeper, so there's like that marginal gains is actually a little bit. You'll get a little bit more
Longer.
from last year, but it's not that substantial. And then to go more into detail on how this works, I have this slide. The normal split is exactly what you saw earlier. And there are a couple charts where we think that like might be like a lower block level, but should be worth a lot of points. So in this case, we incentivize scoring by kind of lowering that threshold, where just for passing you get lower points, but then it kind of compensates by giving you more points at the end. And then similarly for passing stuff, which are generally comes into play for more like stamina intensive stuff that aren't very technical, you'll get a lot of points for just like passing a chart. So in our example here, if you pass the chart, you're gonna get at least like 6,200 points or whatever.
We've got a really good question from Breakfast PM in chat. Is this indicated somewhere in the game? And the answer is
yes. It's in the pack. It's in the description field. There will be two. You'll see the total points in like the song title, and then in the description field there will be an S for scoring and a P for passing.
Yeah.
And this will also be on the website in the chart description.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to kind of hold questions a little bit, probably till the end, so we can get to.
I just figured that one was important to maybe answer right now.
Sure.
But
yeah. I think the people this will really motivate is if you're like on the. I think for like top tier players, probably like the front pagers, this is probably not going to impact them too much. But if you're someone who's like you're on the cusp of like passing your first stamina 15, or on the cusp of passing your first like stamina 16 or something, and like you just like do not want to get like an 85% on it and then get your 0 RP, which is very classic for those kinds of charts, there's actually a chance now that with the passing points you could get RP off of it even with like a not so great score. So
yeah. Like I said, I want to reiterate, most of the charts, like it's like 90% follow the normal split.
Probably more, like 90.
It's probably more.
97.
Yeah. It's a huge number. It's just a couple outliers, mostly that incentivize like very rhythmic heavy charts or very stamina heavy charts. This split will come into account. Next up, EX points. The EX curve for EX points used in the EX pyramid is actually completely unchanged from last year. Again, 1,000 points per slot. It is different scoring curve than the song points itself, but the curve itself is the exact same. So no change there. If you whatever EX% you got before, you get the same amount of points. So no change there. Unlocks. They're coming back as usual. It's the third year coming. I mean, if you've been here before, they're generally the same. There are a couple of the unlocks are available from the site. You can just see them. But as you play through them, you'll unlock more and more songs. If you have downloading enabled in the game, you'll automatically download the charts. And yeah, as you progress through the event, you'll play through more charts. You'll unlock more things. You play those, you unlock more things, and eventually you have a full pack of 400 singles charts and 75 doubles charts, like Vincent mentioned earlier. Yeah, there's obviously some hidden ones. You have to kind of discover them. And so on. Yeah.
You guys don't have to screenshot the slide. These
are the
unlock
default.
chains are available for free once you log in.
Yeah.
So-
Everyone's furiously taking notes.
These are the literal defaultly available ones. Like this is all you see when you load up into a new ITL 2025 profile. So it's not really. Yeah.
If you're someone who's new to ITG, but maybe like you faintly heard about these techniques like foot switches and brackets, we actually give you these for free on purpose because these are your starting nodes to start learning them. So the bracket 0, you play that chart, pudding. That's actually a great start to learn how to do brackets and so on with the rest of the tech. So it gives these new players a launching point to like start learning these techniques and give you guys some sort of like an incremental progression into like picking these things up. One other thing I'll say for the people who are going to hunt really, really hard for these is that we did hear the critiques last year that some of the chains were nested like extremely deep. Like there's some chart that you want to play and it would require like upwards of 12 to like 13 charts in order to unlock it. So I think in general, the chains are less complex and there's more just like these one-offs like, oh, you play these charts, you get these, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
Yeah, there's still a couple charts where like some chains kind of combine, but in general, we try to keep it a little bit more linear. Maybe a couple branching, but not a super like dense graph.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Root.
Yeah, it's me. So I'm going to talk about all the new stuff on the website. We'll go through these pretty fast because you'll be able to see them and ask me if you have any questions. The first thing for all you doubles players out there, the doubles experience last year was difficult. I am aware of that. I appreciate all of you playing doubles anyway. This year, it's a billion times better. There is a single doubles singles toggle in your preferences. This will transform the entire website, every single route, your leaderboard, your charts, your rival compare, everything. This will be saved in your local storage, so you can just click it once and use the site for as long as you want and enjoy your doubles. And you can switch it back and forth anytime to go back and forth. So this is going to make that doubles experience so much nicer. And it's going to be really nice too for those of you who like to play singles and doubles and go back and forth. I really hope this provides a way better experience, especially for the folks who only play doubles. I think you're going to really love this. And once again, you'll need to do this once per device. So if you use your phone and your website, you'll need to set doubles on both of them. So pretty simple one there, but I think you'll love it.
Cool.
Next, please. It takes forever for my site to this. Okay, this is something that I wanted to do actually last year, and it turned out to be surprisingly difficult, but it's here now. You can see your rank in your profile. A lot of you are probably like, what, really? You couldn't do this before? Yeah, you couldn't. There was no way to know your rank, but now you can know it. And obviously, you will hopefully be rank 1, just like me. Yeah, yeah. With my 1 score submitted. Look at that Quint too. Yeah, nice. That's all there, but just a really nice quality of life feature when you want to find out your rank quickly.
Yeah, Root, I told you, it's the design of our back end.
Yep, that's right.
We just have to rewrite the backend again.
Just have to rewrite the back end again.
All right.
Next up. Sorry, it takes like 3 seconds to appear on my screen. Okay, this is something a lot of you asked for. Now, when you go to the leaderboard, right at the top of the leaderboard, there will be a card that will show you all of your stats. So you don't need to go to your profile or anything. You can see how you compare right there. You don't need to like scroll and figure out what page you're on or anything. Your stuff is right there because let's be honest, you're trying to figure out where you are, right? You're not looking at anybody else. Like you care about yourself. You're right there. You're right at the top. It's always there. It's beautiful. That's all for that.
Cool.
Yeah, it went from 1 to 6 in a second. That's right. Okay, this is a pretty big change that doesn't really look like a big change from the outside in, but I did a complete overhaul of how the downloads page works. There are a couple important things that you have to know. The first one is that in progress nodes now show right at the top. So everything that you're currently working on is going to be right there at the top, sorted for you to see, like, what quests am I trying to finish right now? Immediately below that will be all of your unlocks that have available downloads in the order that you achieve them reversed. So basically, the most recent one that you just finished, that download will be right there at the top. So if you ever miss a download for any reason, you can just come here and you'll immediately see, these are the last 4 that I downloaded, and compare against your song folder and know what you need to download. In addition, this actually didn't work before, but you can now use the filter on this page to filter by both requirements and unlocks. So if you're trying to figure out which chain am I supposed to do to unlock whatever, Journey to Fantastica, you can type in Journey, hit filter, this node will show up. So hopefully this page is like way easier to use and provides you with a lot more information as you play through the game.
Cool.
Yep. Okay, cool. So this next one is on the visualizations page. I got some really good feedback. By the way, almost everything I did this year is because of you guys providing feedback in the ITC feedback channel. Almost everything I decided to do was because you all asked for this stuff to be done. There are 2 new filters here. The first one is only showing plays that gave you points. So you can click this and it will filter out all the things where you didn't get points. If you want like a cute little screenshot to show, look how many points I got today, you can click that one. And then the second one will show you all of the plays where you got up scores. So like if you played 40 songs in the day, but you only got 5 up scores, this will be an easy way to filter it down, take a nice screenshot, share it with your friends. That'll be a lot of fun. There's just a nice little enhancement there.
Sessions heat map.
Okay, so I'm sorry for the screenshot here. I built this out and then deleted all my data and then was like, oh yeah, I need a screenshot for this slideshow. So this is something if you use Boogie Stats or if you are a coder and you write code on GitHub, you'll be pretty familiar with this view. It's just a nice little calendar view where you'll get little blocks for every day you play. You can hover over them and see how many charts you played, how many points you got, and the average block level of the charts that you played in that day. It's just for fun. I don't imagine you could do anything particularly useful with it, but I don't know. I like seeing it and I wanted to build it. So here it is.
Cool.
Yeah, the one on Boogie Stats is better, by the way. So you should just use that if you're but this is fun for ITL specific stuff. They did a good job.
Ox and Whiskers.
Yeah, now this one I'm really excited about. Shout outs to Breakfast PM, actually, who recommended I build something like this. So what this chart is going to do is it's going to show you for each block level. You probably all made charts like these in like your high school statistics classes. You'll see your lowest, your highest, and then your quartile ranges for each block level. If you don't know what that is, that's totally okay. Basically, this is just a way to look at your performance by block level. And if you want to know more about how to use this chart, feel free to ask me or talk in Discord. But this is just a cool visualization about how to see your skill changing as difficulty changes. And so these will all be available on the visualizations page.
I can actually talk about chart aggregates.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
I think I drew inspiration from, I think 2DX has this and some Voltex has it as well. Anytime a score gets submitted or deleted, we'll actually update chart aggregates. So we can't do clear rates, unfortunately, because we don't track fails. And on top of that, even if we did track fails, all you guys have that Control R button on your keyboard anyways. So the statistics would be wrong anyways. If we tracked Control R's, you guys would be over. But you can now sort by like average EX score. You can also see like which have been like the most passed, most quadded, most quinted. This, in addition with the filters on the chart page to filter like by specific blocks, will let you now do things like, oh, what is like the 13 with like the highest average EX, and that might give you a good idea based on what other people are playing. What might be a good like entry 13 for you. When the event first starts, obviously like this data is going to be empty, but as the event goes on, this data is really, really gonna flesh out. So it should be useful after like honestly just 2-3 weeks. But be useful immediately, honestly, on the lower blocks. So
yeah, this is also a really cool tool to use if you're trying to like, I want an 11 quad and I don't have one yet. Great. Go on, sort by quads, filter down to 11s, see what the most quadded 11 is, give that one a try.
So yeah, that's it for aggregates.
Yep.
Cool. Streamer widgets.
Yeah, streamer widgets, it's just like last year. There's nothing new in terms of functionality. We just got awesome new graphics from Blizzard Ball. Shout outs to Blizzard Ball for our theme, for our graphics, for the profile images, for everything that he did. Absolutely crushed it. They look pretty good, right? Everyone say thanks Blizzard in chat if you like these
Thanks,
widgets.
Blizzard.
Thanks, Blizzard.
And also, can we get an 07 in the chats for the tech skill levels, which are now gone from the widgets?
Yeah.
Goodbye, tech skill levels.
We had to-
Nobody
we
liked
had to
you.
make-
I should
Yeah, we had to make room
at
for
least
those.
mention that like the tech skill levels, they're not surfaced like literally anywhere. The only place that you might see them now, like the little groove radar
the graph.
profile
Yeah.
still
In your profile,
exists,
yeah.
But beyond
Oh,
that, like you don't see it in game, you don't see it up scores, whatever. It just took up a lot of space for not really that much gain. But the Groove Radar is still there. The Groove
and
Radar is still
speaking of the
there.
Groove Radar, doubles players, Groove Radar now works for doubles, so
Doubles Groove
share your
Radar does
crossover skill
work.
level.
Yeah. Anyways, next up,
What's next up?
quality of life.
Various.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, doubles tech levels. We just talked about that. Doubles now has tech levels. Congratulations. Do what you will with it.
Yeah.
Another nice thing is that most URLs now preserve their filters. So if you're on a page and you filter the leaderboard by some region and something, it will actually give you a URL that you can either bookmark or share with someone more easily. And not all of them did that last year. Hopefully, all of them do that this year. And if you find one that doesn't, let me know. Next one, shout outs to Lily for asking me to do this. Region select on the leaderboard now is a multi-select. So if you want to make a multi-select for like all the countries in Europe or Latin America or whatever, that's really easy to do if you want to do some continental comparison or however you like to use that. Shout outs to Demo on the next one. The delete all scores button that used to be just a button like right above your scores, like right there, is now in the preferences modal. It's much harder to get to because let's be honest, did any of you press that last year? Probably not. It's there if you need to, but it's a lot harder to get to. Yeah, I see people saying that gave them anxiety. It's tucked away now. So and then
I
last,
used it on other people's profiles.
sure,
Yeah.
yes. Last, we know we had some issues last year with downloads not downloading because of scores not submitting. We hope that that is alleviated this year due to a number of factors. But if you are in ITG Mania, you're at the score submission screen and it fails to submit. So you use, what is it, F6, F3,
Two.
2
Yeah.
to resubmit the score. This will now actually give you the download if it goes through. It didn't used to, and people had a lot of problems realizing they missed downloads. Yeah, everyone in chat knows it, right? So if you try it again and have to resubmit, you will still get your downloads. You're still going to get the pop-up. Everything should work smoothly now.
Though
So that's
I think the
hopefully
retry window. I think the retry window is 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah. I think I'd rather talk about like a little bit how this works under the hood, but basically,
Yeah, go for it.
last year, the issue that people couldn't read download stuff is because it counted as a double submission, and the second submission is just like, oh, you just got the same score again. So, yeah. But in this case, what we do is, if you submit a score, and then you reload the screen, when it tries to submit your score the second time, we like compare it to, did you submit the exact same score within this 2-minute window? If you did, we'll just delete your old score and then just resubmit it, and that way it'll recalculate all the stuff, and then it'll get your download links again, and then you'll your ITG Mania will download them. Yeah, that's just kind of how it works.
So hopefully a lot smoother experience for your downloads this year.
Yep, that's the
And I
hope.
think that's it. I think that's it for
That it? That's all the new
changes.
stuff, right?
There's
that's
one
it.
more thing.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Pull a Steve Jobs on you. One more thing, y'all.
Yeah.
One more
I
thing.
I didn't build as much hype as I hoped. I'm not good at that. Let's see, what is it?
We got achievements this year.
We have achievements this year, y'all. I hope you are all going to love hunting for the achievements. There are 117 of them. None of you guessed this right, by the way. I posted the with the question marks, and everyone came up with the wildest theories. Not one person guessed achievements, which I was kind of surprised about. So we have 117 unique achievements that you can try to hunt for. And let's go to the next slide. Okay, so here is an example of an achievement with shown requirements. So in your entrant profile, you can hover over these. They'll tell you exactly what to do. So this one's a 1 burger, get 1,000 points on the chart. Most of you should be able to get that pretty easily once you start playing. And a lot of the achievements will tell you what to do to get them. But if we go to the next slide, some of the achievements are not going to tell you what to do. And you are going to have to figure it out, just like a regular old video game.
Yep. Just talk to other people, look at other people's profiles. If you're really trying to quest, you can figure it out. I mean, if y'all can already get all the unlocks within like 2 days, I'm sure you can start getting a lot of the achievements.
I'm guessing most of the achievements will have been found pretty quickly, but some of them might not be. We'll see
Yeah.
how long it takes. And again, you guys are all pretty crazy, so we'll find out. And if we go to the next slide, I forget what I put there, so I have to wait for it to load. Oh yeah, cool. So you all remember the title system from last year were based around unlocks. This year we've changed it completely, so titles now come from achievements. So many, most, all achievements come with
We
new titles.
intended them to be optional so that not all of them, but then as we were writing the code, it's like, you know what? Let's just add a title to every
Single one.
achievement. So every single achievement has some kind of title related to it.
So now when you earn a particularly important achievement to you, you can set that as your title, which is going to show on your streamer widget. Oh, if you can go to the next slide. When you get this cool achievement, you can set it as your title. It's going to be on your streamer widget. It's going to be on your profile. You can show it off. And I think the titles last year, often people didn't know what they represented. You forgot how you got them. You know, like, oh, has a bad back. I don't remember. Was that passing back snap? It was. Was it doing something else? I don't know. But now you can go to your profile. You can see where this achievement came from. And when you get one that's really, really cool, you'll want to share it off.
Yep. Then that's basically it. On to the
it.
acknowledgements. Yep.
Actually, I actually want Sujit to go off on acknowledgments for
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually want to thank Rhythm Horizon for the previous years for handling the tech parser stuff. But there's actually
Yeah.
been kind of like new people stepping up to help Sujit get tech counts handled in the engine side.
Yeah, so basically for previous years, starting from ITL 2023, basically the process was like we'd finalize the pack, and because like the in-game tech parser, like in Simply Love, was not robust enough, like we couldn't rely on the counts, I would just take the entire pack, give it to Mad Matt, and be like, can you run it through Rhythm Horizon's tech analysis and then give me the counts? And then he would give them back, and then like I would do a bunch of math and to do the point assignments. But this year, like there's been a ton of help in that front where we no longer need to do this whole handoff. Basically, what happened was Tilvit, who is the creator of the SM editor in the browser, uh, they created basically like a chart analysis, step analysis tool. And I think someone relayed it to me at some point. I was like, oh, wait, this is really sick. The algorithm is already here. And it works pretty reasonably well. And it's, from my understanding, it's actually like very, very similar to how Rhythm Horizon works as well. And I saw it and I was like, oh, do you know what? We could port this to the engine. And Mike VVV stepped up and he ported the entire thing from TypeScript to C++, integrated it into the engine. The tech counts in Simply Love now make use of those values, and we used those exact values to generate all the pointing, all the step analysis for ITL. All those doubles tech counts. Oh yeah, it also works on doubles as well, which is crazy because the original one only worked on singles. So this works. This is play style agnostic. Although I think it currently only supports singles and doubles 4-panel, but it can very easily be adapted to 5-panel and other configurations. So huge thank you for that, because otherwise like there would have been delays, things wouldn't have worked that well, and yeah, it's really good. It's also why on the new ITG Mania your boot up takes a little bit longer, because it actually goes through every chart and does this tech analysis. But it's only the first initial boot. It's totally fine because your future boots, all of that stuff is cached, so things will be faster again.
It actually blew my mind how good it worked the first time, because you passed it through the pack from last year to Kirikat's Rhythm Horizon. And I think the counts were either exactly right or off by like a single digit
Yeah.
amount.
Yep.
Like yeah, 9 or less
during this
on
whole
every
development process, we actually did use Rhythm Horizon to do like a very like cross comparison, and then eventually we got it to a point where I was like, I'm pretty happy with the numbers that this is giving, and that's why doing this transition was great and very seamless. Yeah.
I think other shoutouts are there's obligatory shoutouts to Blizzard Ball for single-handedly handling all the graphics.
Yep.
Um,
All the
I
achievements,
think it's
all the
like
logos.
Everything that looks good
Site
in the app,
theme.
Blizzard Ball did.
and like I said in like marketing posts, like I do think it's like so much actually has changed. But it's just like it's so outrageous that I don't know, if you told me 20 years ago that I'd still be playing this game, like I just wouldn't believe it. So I
Yeah.
think the logo definitely represents a lot of like transition into like this new era of ITG that we've been playing in. And then I also want to give a shout out to the chart selection team. Um, I think and we had an issue last year where I mean we got like 2,500 submissions because we didn't have
Oh
them
yeah.
capped, and it's just like I I wanted so hard to be able to give everybody a fair chance and look at every single chart, but given how late we opened the submissions form on top of how many submissions we had, it just wasn't possible. I think our coverage was like 60%. Our curation team this year for both singles and doubles, we received I believe 1,500 to 1,600 charts total. And by the way, that's still with the restrictions. By the way, still with the restrictions, we got 100% coverage of reviewing every single chart that's passed through. If you submitted a chart, it was reviewed by at least 1% of the team. So yeah, huge shout outs for that creation team because like I also think this is like the best pack we've ever made. I think the quality is through the roof compared to previous years, and it would not have been possible if we weren't able to go through literally every single chart.
Yeah, not to mention the manual pointing and everything.
Yeah.
The amount of work
Oh yeah,
is
those
absolutely
passing
tremendous.
points, those passing points and scoring points are still not automated, so that's also curation teamwork.
Yeah. There's still a lot of manual work. Like obviously, like the algorithm only does so much. There's always manual adjustment that has to be done. Sometimes we mess up. We get an AI picking scenario. It just happens. It is what it is. But yeah, like huge ups to the curation team. Like there's so much for like I couldn't help out that much for chart curation because I'm just always like knee deep in doing development and all of that. So delegation, like they got it covered. Everything finished on time. It's great.
The translations are actually still from last year. It's still Frondol and Moispra, and then Sujit on for Japanese.
Yeah.
There are still untranslated strings, so if anybody wants to
I have to
tag
get on that
in,
at some point. But yeah, if somebody wants to take over and want to do the translation,
I
feel
don't know
free.
if Higgy's in here. I'll send you the JSON.
Yeah.
I know you reached out last year, so
Yep.
and maybe Higgy can do it. So yeah,
Cool.
there's some things that need updating. So
Yep. And then next
cool.
up is the step
Steppers credit.
artist credits. Yep.
Dude, it's still what is it? I forget the count. It's like 107, I think.
105?
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
It's always over
Just
100.
over. It's just over 100. Yeah, we managed to hit that pocket like every single year.
Yep.
So
Yeah, if you think about it, it's like 100 charts, 100 or 107 step artists over 475 charts, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah, I think doubles is still the Brother Mojo show for the most part,
yeah,
but there's a couple more people this time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I still appreciate like every single submission. Like I said, we gave everybody the respect of having your chart reviewed. So, something I did want to keep in mind. I just like I'm kind of using this as like a State of the Union platform because it's like the one stream every year we run where like everybody's here at the same time. I know that like the descriptions we put in the submission form are not always descriptive enough for people to like truly understand like why their charts were accepted or rejected. Um, and we aren't able to give that feedback out to like 1,500, 1,600 different charts. So I'm considering like running like a YouTube series where I maybe like review a chart from an ITL like reviewer perspective. And that would be with permission from the step artist, of course, to give people more insight on why like different charts are being rejected. So if that's something you're okay with, definitely just hit my DMs on Discord, especially if there's like a specific chart you're curious about. I don't know. I have not been on my. I've stopped creating content for like the last 3 years, and I only was doing dance games daily because I had seasonal depression, and now I don't have seasonal depression, so I don't make YouTube videos anymore.
Let's make
But
Vincent
maybe this is
depressed
like,
again so we can get more
yeah,
content.
get me depressed again. Yeah. Just send me a really bad chart, so I'll cry. Um, yeah. So maybe that'll be a motivation to like get back into it. But I also think like selfishly, it'll help us get the charts we need by giving you guys the information you guys need about your chart submissions. So
Cool. I think that's all the slides that we have. We can open it up to Q&A now.
I have one other State
Oh.
of the Union address.
All right.
I know that like one of the biggest kind of like issues we have with the community is that like ITL online during this 3 month period is like the most active period, but after that it just kind of dies out. There's a lot of opportunities I see that we can use to like improve engagement through the other 9 months of the year, but it's something I just like don't feel capable of doing alone. If you guys are okay with me like being a project manager, just spitting out an idea and someone is able to just like execute on it, that's something I'm very interested in doing. And like I don't know, like we have a community engagement committee thing from like what is it, 4 years ago that's like a dead channel now, and I think that's
Yeah.
something that we can maybe revive. So I think if there's anything, also hit my Discord DMs then with like what is the skill set that you want to provide. I don't want you to like I'm not gonna like create a task and then make you do something that you don't like doing. Like if you like doing graphics, I will find something for you to do that involves graphics. Like if you like I don't know what else, like making documentation or like resources. If you like curating that kind of stuff, I can find like tasks for people to do. But like, yeah, right now there's just too many ideas and I just get overwhelmed from trying to execute it. So we'll try to like get some sort of a team together to do this.
Yep.
We'll revive that channel basically.
Sounds great.
Cool.
Yeah. Q&A time?
Q&A time, and I think I'll try to like get the deploy going.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
see a question right here, so I'll just start. Kerpa says, on the session heat map, what is the average meter referring to? That is the block level. I don't know what people call this thing. So
Yeah.
if you play a 10, an 11, and a 12, your average meter will be an 11.
Yeah. The meter is literally the difficulty number that you see.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
We getting merch?
I'm very
Probably.
confident that we are.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's not out yet, but I'm
Usually
sure
that
it'll
happens later in the event. But
Yeah.
yeah, I assume so.
Is there an ETA on the system image? That is in progress. I've talked to Din about it. I'm gonna estimate maybe next week or so, but I'm not gonna speak for him. But yeah, we'll give it about a week or so.
Okay, I see. Do we have the feature of automatically turning on and off CMod for no CMod charts? No, not yet. That would be really cool.
That was like
We-
supposed to be done, but then I like
Yeah.
there's like some weird Simply Love bug, or it might be an engine thing. It's something that I want to do, but I probably won't get it done for this year. But it's something that is on my plate, and I did try, and it didn't work. So maybe one day. Yeah, I have to look into it a little bit more. Yeah. Do. Another
Do
question.
we have to fiddle with the default fail setting? No, I believe there was a PR from Jasmine that made the default fail setting for new profiles correctly be immediate continue, right?
Uh,
I'm pretty sure I saw that go in.
don't actually remember that one. I know that we removed end of song as a fail option in the arcade settings, the operator settings. But
I have to get back to you on that one.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Is there a download all button for unlocks that would help with playing on a new cab? Not yet, but I think I could probably implement that pretty easily.
the reason
You
there
want
isn't
to
a
do that?
download all button is generally because it's a lot of load on GrooveStats.
Yeah.
That's actually the biggest reason we don't add it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that we can't
Makes
add
sense.
it, but it's more so that we don't add it. Mostly for just like load balancing in a way.
Understand
basically.
about playing on new cabs though. That is a little bit tough, but
Yeah. Would ITL
Sorry if I'm missing your questions. Chat is moving very, very fast.
would ITL community be open to having a finals tournament in GameCon Canada? June 13th to 15th is literally DDR Storm, which is the biggest dance game event that happens, I think, in the country. So, if anything, there's gonna be a lot of players there.
Ooh, I want to take this next one from Goomba Roomba. Is ass out in the pack? No. Next question. God, I've been waiting to say that for a long time.
Oh, to people who run your cabs and public locations, or you have kids around, I think we did try our best to censor as much of the pack as possible, or exclude songs with profanity.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not going to provide it for you as a guarantee because it's not something that we like specifically combed through and audited. But I will tell you that like the likelihood of there being explicit language in any of your songs is significantly lower than it has been in previous years.
Here's a good question
Like I
from
said, not a
Yagadon.
guarantee.
A good question, and I think this has come up in previous years. Is there any chance the team would consider 6s or below for ITL? And if no, why not? And I think maybe Vincent want to take this one.
It's just hard to curate content for it. It's maybe easier these days, so
Yeah.
it also shifts our pointing algorithm around, which is like maybe not. That's actually not a good reason for rejecting it, but
Yeah.
I think from 1 to 6, generally you're still just new to the game, and you should just enjoy playing it.
Yeah.
If we missed your question, please just type it again.
Yeah.
There's Boogie Stats questions, but I actually don't know how the integration plays with the new updates.
I don't know anything about Boogie Stats.
So Boogie Stats is just a pass through to Groove Stats. So you shouldn't have any issue
Yeah.
whatsoever. None of the new features or anything will change how Boogie Stats works.
Will the cab be ready when I get home? Yeah, I can get it ready. It's almost ready.
It's ready enough. It's playable.
Yeah.
Can you guys get rid of the no repeat songs clause, especially if the only previous appearance is lower? I don't think it's a clause. It's just a general principle.
Yeah.
But I think if there's something you want to submit and there's a good reason to submit it and it's a lower, even if it's been used before, like there's precedent for doing that. So, yeah.
I mean, like I said, our submission counts are like 1,500 plus.
Yeah.
We have more than enough content to not have to reuse something. So
it has to be like extremely compelling for us to give it a reason to include it. It's just like if you just resubmit a similar song or the same song, it's just like the odds is, it's just you're intrinsically making it lower. But if
you'll see some throwbacks in the pack though.
Yeah.
Question about including more regions on the leaderboard. I believe those come directly from Groove Stats profiles. So
it's super easy to request new regions. You just go to the Groove Stats Discord, ask to get the region added, and Ian just adds it. It's usually like a couple hour turnaround, depending on his availability, but it's very, very easy to do. But that's not an ITL thing. It's a Groove Stats thing. So just go there, request it. You'll be fine.
What about how many times do we have to pass songs for doubles unlocks?
I think it's still the same.
Still 5, right? Same requirements, 5 and 85?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is a 0% EX pass bounty still there? I mean, I'm still willing to shell out for it, so yeah, sure. If you can get me a 0% EX, let me know.
There's not an achievement for it, so don't look for it.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Is there any charts that give 0 points this year? No. Every chart has points this year. Unlocks work like RPG. You can download them in-game after getting them. Yeah, it's the same as even previous ITLs. Like, you unlock it, your game downloads it. It's been doing that since 2023, and it still works. No.
So I think we can kind of close in on QA because I think the site is actually good now.
Okay.
It's good. You can go register.
Allegedly.
Wait.
Guys want to
registration is not closed. Registration is not closed. So I think maybe 1 or 2 Q&A stuff, and then if we have shoutouts at the end.
Goomba, I think someone will get all the achievements.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing that's impossible.
Yeah, the way that
I won't.
The way that we've kind of created the achievements is like they should be generally doable. They're not easy. Not all of them are easy, but they are. It's doable. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think there's a couple more I want to look at. Are we looking for more translators for other languages? I think for me personally, the stipulation is like, if we support it this year, I like carrying it forward for future years. So it's kind of like if you are offering translations, you're basically stepping up to kind of support it indefinitely. Otherwise, we'll start relying on like machine translation, which isn't nearly as good. That's kind of the stipulation, I think. Like Japanese is something like I personally was invested in, still want to support. I've been a little bit behind and busy to update it, but like it's still something I want to keep doing moving forward.
Most of the websites support it still.
Yeah.
And as usual, ITL feedback channel in ITC Discord is the best place to ask questions about anything that you find on the website or in the game that seems wrong or is confusing. I will be monitoring that probably all weekend, like indefinitely. So if there's anything that you find that's working strange or you're not sure about, just let me know.
When will the team be taking a well-deserved rest? I feel like
Next week.
I still have so much stuff to do because I have to do ITG Mania bug fix, Simply Love bug fix, making releases, a lot more other things. I'm probably not resting until at least next weekend, I think.
Yeah. And I want to play too. I'm going to play tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Fine break because I'm still going to Big Deal. I'm still going to Final Audition. I think I'm going to Slashback.
Yeah.
Like, what is a break really?
Oh, Vincent, here's one good question. Are there point rolls on Discord for doubles? Is that something? No.
No.
No, it's still singles focused. There's not enough people. Like the point of the club channels is not like to flex. It's actually to like build community around people similarly skilled to you.
Right.
And I think there's just not enough doubles players. Like some of those clubs would literally have like single digit number of players
Yeah.
at some
And
point.
we've already got the ITL
Um,
doubles channel, which is very slow,
Yeah.
even on the best of days.
I think another, I wouldn't call this an issue, but it's like you only have one icon that shows up on
Good
four
point.
doubles, right? That shows up for Discord in general. So having doubles means like if you're playing both singles and doubles, you're basically never gonna be using doubles. And I think like the people who are doubles exclusive is like probably like actually like single digits. Yeah. Net play sync start when I really wanted to get it in this release. I tried a lot, but there's still a couple. It didn't get, proof of concept. It works, but it's not cleaned up enough for me to want to ship something that I don't think is like the UX. I want the UX to be pretty good. I want it to be like very easy to use. So I'd rather hold off and get something that's much better later on. So it's not this release. Maybe I'll try for the SRPG release in like 3 months. Again, no guarantees. Otherwise, it might be. I don't know. Maybe if I get it in, I might just do like a release outside of the normal ITG Mania release cycle. If I really like it. But yeah, it's not this release. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
QR codes are in though, and I think that's gonna step up the game for like the next year or two.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see it. It's like I don't know. It's funny because like it's not a crazy feature for other games or other communities, but like for our community, like our tiny little community, to have like something like that implemented, I think it's like a huge deal. I think it's gonna change the game.
To let you know how this QR code was implemented, it's not like It's like okay, Groove Stats by itself does not support WebSockets. It's really old. It runs like an old PHP thing, and WebSockets just like don't even exist. Did not even exist when the site was created. So in order for me to support QR, I'm basically hosting like its own server just for doing QR login, and so I had to set up all of that piping. So it's like even though the feature itself is not very difficult to implement, there's a lot of other behind the scenes stuff to even get it working. Yeah.
Well, we already have a quad on the leaderboard.
They're real.
Wow.
Plausible.
Yeah, that's exactly. Is it real?
Yeah. Yeah, what's the submission source on this?
If it's manual submit, I don't know.
Gotta audit.
Yeah, just so you know, if you put in fake scores, like that is like the one. That's like the one thing that people can that we will actually just straight up ban you for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chance asks, and I already know the answer to this. If you can say what's the max ranking points this year, we're not gonna tell you that right now.
A lot.
It's a
big
lot.
number.
It's a lot, Chance.
I will say it's more than last year. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun finding out how many it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that quad is a manual edit, so you want to DM me your screenshot.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is true. It's in the rules that says you must have a screenshot for every score you submit. But if
Hellkite, good question. We didn't actually address that. Is it still top 75 scores for RP? Yes.
Yeah, we did address that. It was in one of the
we
slides.
did? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
That is
Yep, that's right.
cool.
Wait a
Let's,
minute. This person deleted the score.
Oh, they were just testing some things.
I don't know. I saw the username. Do you want to be banned already? The event just started.
How do you send a screenshot, Erebus? You're almost certainly not going to have to. If you put up some scores that seem really crazy out of nowhere, admins might ask you to provide proof.
I'm looking up who this person was that submitted.
No, I know who it is. I know who it is.
All right. I mean, I know the username.
We'll take care of it.
We're gonna take a look.
Take care of it.
Yeah, that is one thing that's like there's like zero tolerance for what it's worth. It's like zero tolerance.
Chris, is ITL is
For
how
you?
good more or less dependent on stamina?
For you, Chris,
It's
more.
gonna be a lot of work, Chris.
Chris, you're so good. Just play it.
Just
Yeah.
play it.
It's good for you, bro. You should be number one.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah, beat Chance.
Yeah,
He's
so,
just
someone's
a
gonna
kid.
someone's gonna dethrone Chance. He's getting too good lately.
Dethrone Paul, bro.
Oh yeah, also dethrone Paul.
Yeah, it's just the
Dethrone
first
Paul.
year. Yeah, hopefully
Get
Paul's
outta
all
here.
healed up and ready to play. I'm so excited to see all you just put up awesome scores and have fun and enjoy this event.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get shoutouts out of the way because I think C is like waiting for a fat raid.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Cool. All I want to say before we go is it has been an absolute honor to again work on this event for the second year in a row. I'm so happy that I get to contribute and have fun building cool stuff for you guys and for me. And I can't wait to play just as much as you all can't wait to play. So I hope all you do in the next 3 months is have a ton of fun.
Yep.
Sujeet?
That's basically all I had to say as well. You know, we spent a lot of time and effort. Hope you like it. Let me know if there's bugs. I always appreciate quality of life stuff, especially stuff related to Simply Love and ITG Mania. Try to get them in. If you want to make PRs, dude, I'm so grateful for people who make PRs. There's so many shoutouts that I'd like to give for ITG Mania itself. I guess I'll do a brief one. You know, I'm gonna go through the patch notes. I'll just I said I didn't want to do ITL specific or ITG Mania specific
Come on, thank the
shoutouts,
Academy.
but I think I'm going to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like I mentioned earlier, chart parsing and engine. Shoutouts to Mike and Tilvit for that. That includes the tech analysis. Mike actually, there's like a huge effort in trying to migrate a lot of the stuff from the engine Simply Love to the engine. That includes like measure counter stuff. That includes literally anything that does chart parsing, the chart hashing stuff for groove stats, etc. All that stuff is moving to the engine, and like Mike has already done so much for it, and it's basically all done. Blagon, he's the one in charge of doing the practice mode support, which is very useful for ITL. He spearheaded all of the stuff for video performance. So now all of video rendering stuff should like your game should just run faster when there's like things like animated banners and videos in general. Suki Baby or Jasmine, she's been like doing so much stuff behind the scene, even for like last year regarding like performance updates, syncing stuff. Like she made like you can now use like the more modern direct sound driver for Windows, which I think should help a lot. There's a bunch of other things like Din has done a bunch of stuff with like Linux stuff, JSIREX. I don't know how to pronounce it. They added a native restart button, so now you can actually like map a button in the engine so that you can restart, and it should generally be the same functionality as now, where you can restart in the middle of the game. And then you can actually now restart, I think, even from evaluation. So that's super cool. Control R will still work if you have keyboard features enabled. Like I haven't deprecated that yet. Yeah. Another thing that like I don't know if people have noticed, but if they ever use like the Twitch chat module, there used to be this issue where if you quit the game, it would actually crash the game as well. But because you're quitting the game, it was actually okay. But like that is actually fixed, which is actually huge because that is a requirement to get sync start working.
Thank you so much for
yeah.
fixing that, by the way.
Yeah, so that should be fixed in theory. Yeah, you can hot plug device in Linux. Yeah, either way. And then shout outs to Crash Kringle for doing a lot of things related to Simply Love. They added a lot of sorts. He added a lot of he redesigned the sort menu, which did a lot of profile things. Yeah, I don't know.
Crash Kringle was in our beta for ITL, and there would be an issue submitted, and it would be resolved in like an hour. And this happened maybe like 5 times. It was insane.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
while building custom stuff for me that I asked for that nobody else wants, just because. Massive shout outs, Crash Kringle.
Yeah. I think that's generally the major ones. I realized I did not finish the patch notes for Simply Love, so I can't reference them. Oops. I will do that, and then also release the next version at some point. But yeah. Either way, there's a lot of people. I'm definitely missing a lot of people. But thank you for helping. Thanks for participating, and hope you guys have fun.
Yeah, for me, my only shout outs are Tommy Doesn't Miss and Viva La Moo. I think those two, like, I know I've been going through like a pump arc lately. I don't know if people have seen. I actually haven't played IGD at all in the last like 3 or 4 months. It's maybe a little funny that I'm running ITL stuff, but it's something I'm still very invested in. But like, had it not been for those two, kind of like throughout the year, keeping my passion for ITG alive, like, I don't know if I would like still be like as involved as I am like at this point in time. So huge shout outs to those two. And then honestly to Root and Sujit, because I feel like in this team, like the way we do work, I feel like everybody pulls their weight. I was telling Root this earlier last week. I feel like if any of us were absent, this project just like plummets and dies. So
Yeah.
yeah, huge shout out to this team. I could not ask for like a better team. So
Yeah, it's team rules. You guys are the best.
yeah, I think that's it for me.
That's it for me.
So we can go to we can start a raid, I guess, for C.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's a
And
root
then-
job, I think.
Oh yeah. I'm running this thing, huh? Oh my god! Don't make me do a thing. Where's my?
And,
Oh boy.
Forward
All right,
slash
everyone.
raid
Yeah. I got it.
underscore
actually-
CMMF.
Okay, the underscore.
Is it just CMMF?
Oh, it's CMMF
No,
underscore.
Underscore.
No, underscore at the
CMMF.
end.
I'm looking this up just to like make.
He's
up
not
fun.
there. Wait, he's not streaming.
He's streaming. He is
I thought he-
streaming.
Yeah, CMMF.
Oh wait, he's on the
CMMF.
picking my wife up from work. BRB.
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
don't raid. Let's raid Zankara.
Okay, let's do it. Sorry, C.
GG.
Oh, y'all, Zankara is working on some absolutely amazing stuff in terms of score tracking and really cool Simply Love modules. So hit him up and ask him about it. SM request is awesome. Yeah, let's do it. See y'all. Have fun.
Cool. Have fun.
I hope you all just have a blast. That's my only mission for you.
When do we fade to black?
3, 2, 1, goodbye. Now.